Good morning, Namaskar. This is your friend Suraj Singh speaking from Bharat, India, in connection with the status of COVID-19 in India, Bharat, that happened yesterday on December 6th and reported today on 7th. The status is routine talk, and just for reminding people that what's happening in this country, ये जो बात मैं रोज कर रहा हूँ आपसे, ये बहुत ज़रूरी है. छोटी हो या लंबी हो, आवश्यकता इसकी बहुत है, क्योंकि क्या हो रहा है हमें मालूम तो होना चाहिए, और हम नहीं जानेंगे तो कौन जानेगा. ये फाइल जो आपके सामने है, रोज़ मैं इसी फाइल को अपडेट करता हूँ जब तक कर सका हूँ. ये फाइल को मैं रोज़ अपडेट कर रहा हूँ. ये फाइल जो बताती है कि अब तक क्या क्या हुआ, कितने लोगों का टेस्ट हुआ अब तक, कल कितनों का हुआ, ये जानना बहुत ज़रूरी है. बहुत ज़रूरी है जानना, क्योंकि इसके जानने के बिना कुछ नहीं कर पाएंगे. सरकार क्या करे ना करे ये सरकार को सोचना है, लेकिन पब्लिक क्या सोचती है वो भी जानना ज़रूरी है. और पब्लिक नहीं सोचती है तो पब्लिक सोचे, ये बताना बहुत ज़रूरी है. लोग घंटी बजाए जाएं, मैं चिंता नहीं करता. डिस्टर्ब करना लोगों की आदत है, भक्त बहुत है यहाँ पे डिस्टर्ब करने के लिए. करते रहिए, कौन परवाह करता है आप जैसे कुत्तों की. मैं आपको कुत्ता ही कहूँगा, आप नहीं मानेंगे तो आप. खैर छोड़िए, इन गधे लोगों की बात तो करने कोई फ़ायदा नहीं है. Just before going further, I'm just going to tell you that purpose of this report is make awareness among people about what's happening about COVID-19 in our country. Our country is very special in this circumstance because we are second biggest in population in the whole world. First number China has tackled this, so we are second number, so now we are first number in failure of COVID-19, we can say. हम कह सकते हैं कि चाइना सबसे नंबर की पॉपुलेशन है दुनिया में, लेकिन वो तो कंट्रोल कर चुका जितना वो कर सकता था अपनी शक्ति से. लेकिन हम उसके बाद नंबर 1 पे हैं, क्योंकि हम कुछ नहीं कर पाए अब तक. बार बार मैं बुराई नहीं किसी की कर रहा, लेकिन ये समझाना ज़रूरी है. Before going further, you see these columns just for reminding that this is date number serial, and this is date exactly, and this is a remark column, and this is government of, and this is population column, and this is column which is percentage of daily tests in relation to population, and this is total test update. This is percentage of total tests over top population, and this is remaining population which has not been tested, and this is daily test conducted, and this is percentage daily test total test, and this is infection update, whereas this is percentage of positive infection to total test done, and this is daily positive, and this is daily positive tested, death updates, and this is daily deaths. These columns are various columns. In these there are main columns. One is number this yellow one, that is total test update. This information is provided by government, central government, Government of India. This information, daily test conducted, is also provided by Government of India. Daily infection update is also provided by Government of India. Daily positive information provided by Government of India. That's updates are provided by Government of India. And we have elaborated this in various fashion. I've gone through. First of all, comment is very important on this because this is data analysis. And analysis, we have to understand who is responsible for what. And if someone is responsible, whether or not that person is doing that responsibility, that's very important. And I am simply saying that Government of India is sleeping. In fact, they are sleeping. Not only sleeping, they are careless. And people of Bharat do sleep, that's also true. People are inefficient, as well as our government are inefficient, unfortunately. And I can say Government of India drastically failed towards those classes of people who cannot afford this testing cost and who, after being detected positive, cannot afford treatment. And an important point is Government of India is not interested in testing whole population. This is, you can say, conclusion of this analysis. It may look bad for someone, let it be. Let it look bad. It's question not of who likes it or who doesn't like it. Question is status is reported today. How does it relate to past talks? That's very important point. So this report carries data between August 31 to yesterday, the 6th of December. This data, and this tells very clearly that if you go through this data, today report is that December 7th, and this is since March 2021, which is, you can say, 282 days today since March 2021. We have 130 crore people, and out of that 130 crore people, as usual, today's claim is that 14 crore 77 lakhs 87,656 individuals have been tested. 14 करोड़ 77 लाख 87,656 व्यक्तियों का टेस्ट किया जा चुका है रिकॉर्ड के हिसाब से, एंड दिस अमाउंट्स टू 11.368% ऑफ पॉपुलेशन, और जो ये खाता हुआ 11.368% लोगों का टेस्ट हुआ, जबकि 88.632% लोगों का टेस्ट नहीं हुआ. 88.632% people have not been tested according to this data, because 100 minus 11.368 equal to 88.632. और उसके बाद if you go further, you will find that yesterday's testing was 8,01,081. There's a drop here. You see, there's a drop here of 21% drop. It was 0.75 day before yesterday, and today it is 0.54. So 21% drop is there if you compare tests of today, yesterday, and before yesterday, and if you compare to 2 other days, there is a drop of 0.25%, 25% in previous days to yesterday, and furthermore 81, and this is 27, it's 27% if you compare to 3 days before. This means you can understand very well why there's a drop. There should not be a drop, but there's a drop in last 3 or 4 days, while it should be upwards, but it's downwards. Unfortunately, there's a big drop between day before yesterday and today. I don't know reason for that. No reason has been given in report except that report projection. That's it, nothing else. And if you see further, you will find here 96, 77, 203 positive cases till yesterday. 96 lakhs 77,203 positive cases. There's a drop of this, but there's an increase here. If you say how many increase, 44, that is 222, and 77 is 33. You can say total cases are 96, which is, you can say, about 3.2% less than 1 crore. This is what that says. Then, if you go further, 32,981 cases were detected positive yesterday. Only target is that they would say with proclamation that, you see, it was 36,011 on 82, on this day before before yesterday, and today is 32,980. So our positive cases have come down. This is what they will claim. Ministry shall claim that without just only this data is important for them, nothing else. Unfortunate it is, we are trying to hide something which is not. हम कुछ चीज़ को दबाने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं जो हमको नहीं दबानी चाहिए. And if we say death 145.73, this says, oh, they would say only 391 died yesterday, though it's not true. Data is down, unfortunately. Okay, well, you know what I mean say every time. There's no meaning in explaining again and again. Again, we go to now. We come back to this one later. Now I go to page 2, sheet 2 of this. This is status of state. Yesterday the state is reported today, and this column is name of state, and then total cases, active cases, discharge cases, deaths, active ratio, discharge ratio, and death ratio. So Maharashtra 18.5266 lakhs, Karnataka 8.93006 lakhs, Andhra Pradesh 8.71972 lakhs, Tamil Nadu 7.90240 lakhs, Kerala 6.36392 lakhs, Delhi 5.92250 lakhs. Uttar Pradesh 5.54944 lakhs, West Bengal 5.02840 lakhs, Odisha 3.219196 lakhs, Rajasthan 2.80585 lakhs, Odisha, West Bengal 5.02840 lakhs, Odisha 3.21196 lakhs, Rajasthan 2.8055 lakhs, Telangana 2.73858 lakhs, Chhattisgarh 2.46809 lakhs, Haryana 2.43896 lakhs, Bihar 2.3106 lakhs, Gujarat 2.18788 lakhs, Madhya Pradesh 2.14505 lakhs, Assam 2.13759 lakhs, Punjab 1.56226 lakhs, Jammu Kashmir 1.13288 lakhs, Jharkhand 1.10278 lakhs, Uttarakhand 77.997, Goa 48.686, Himachal Pradesh 44.958, Pondicherry 37.22, Tripura 328, Manipur 26073, Chandigarh 18027, Arunachal 1639, Meghalaya 1223, Nagaland 1137, Ladakh 889, Sikkim 519, Andaman Nicobar 84.7, Mizoram 39, Dadra 33, Lakshadweep 0, and here is other projections, which you can say you have to analyze these deaths, etc. Let us consider about these three. We consider these three, and it is here. This consideration is here. If you take this, it's with graphics here. Here is death, death percentage, and this. If this percent we consider today 1.19% it is, and if you take the whole population, this is in population of 11% something, in between 11 and 12. And if you take the whole population, the 1.547 crore deaths are expected because of 1.19%, and if you consider it further in 3 months, it can be to 1.49% later, and it can be 1.93 crores. And if you take it further for 3 months, 1.86%, automatically I am giving an input of 25% on this in 3 months. I mean to say 1.19, I am adding 25% factor. It's 1.25 to this 1.19, so we get 1.49%, and that amounts to 1.9338 crore population. After 3 months, we can take 1.86 because of another 20 input of 25, and we get 2.41 crores population affected by, you can say death affected, you can say COVID affected, not death affected. And the 2.32 if we take this one, then 3.02, and then you can say like this, the crores and crores are going to increase in this case. So if you say that's maybe at to that level, if you take whole population, if you get 1.19%, that's how they, in this limited amount of 11 to 12%, so our death rate can go to, in 2 years, 9 crores, in 22 months, more than 7 crores, in 19 more than 5 crores, 6 crores. Like that, we have to consider this point very interestingly, because this is official input based on which we extrapolated this death in comparison to 1 point, total percentage is tested. And it shall increase, in fact not decrease. That's also true. Because time coming 3 months, and then I say 3 months because a quarter, there's how many quarters? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 quarters. In 8 quarters, it will be 2%, 2% multiplication. So it is 7 point, is like 25%, 25.1, then double here, another double. This says this is double here, right? Then it is double here, right? So when you double it, and multiplication of infection from person to person who already infect shall infect others, तो खुद इन्फेक्ट हो गया दूसरों को इन्फेक्ट करेगा, इसलिए ये परसेंट बढ़ता ही जाएगा. ये तो हम ऑफिशियल इनपुट के हिसाब से बात कर रहे हैं, लेकिन एक्चुअली इससे ज़्यादा होगा. हो सकता है ये 9 की फिगर, 5 की 9 की फिगर 12 हो जाए, 4 की 5 हो जाए, इस तरह बढ़ता है. ग्राफ्स देखिए साफ बता रहा है, कैलकुलेटेड ग्राफ्स. So this is a very serious point I am trying to reflect to you. This is a very serious point. This is a very serious point here. Very, very serious point, I say, in this case, really. Serious in a sense that it's question of life and death. If lose people in crores, whose responsibility shall it be? They would simply say death of COVID. But is that full stop, period, or you want to say something else? आप वहाँ पे चुप हो जाना चाहते हैं अगर आपको कह दिया जाए कि कोविड-19 से मर गया, वहाँ पर सब खत्म, क्या उसकी जिम्मेदारी भी कोई लेगा? ये होने वाला है, होगा। अभी नहीं हो रहा है क्योंकि टेस्ट ही नहीं हो रहे हैं, और लेकिन लोग तो मरेंगे, इन्फेक्शन तो होगा, क्योंकि ये नेचुरल है, कोविड में इन्फेक्शन होना ही। खैर, कोई सुनने वाला नहीं है। ये डाटा छोटा मोटा डाटा नहीं है, ये वर्कआउट किया हुआ डाटा है। इसके ऊपर जो आप कह रहे हैं, इसके ऊपर जो आप कह रहे हैं, इसके ऊपर 1 पॉइंट में इतना बनता है, और टेस्ट कीजिएगा ना, क्यों नहीं कर रहे आप? ये डाटा साफ साफ अपनी कहानी कह रहा है। यहाँ कोई कोरा कागज़ नहीं है, ये फिल्म कोरा कागज़ नहीं है कि खाली पेज है, पेज पर बहुत कुछ दिया हुआ है। इसको समझिए, ये कोरा था, कोरा रह गया, ऐसा नहीं है। इस पे बहुत लिखा है खून। वो खून किसका है? वो खून हमारे देश की गरीब जनता का होगा। अमीर तो बच जाएगा या अपना इलाज करा लेगा। वो करोड़ों लोग जो ना टेस्ट के पैसे भर सकते हैं, ना वो अच्छे अस्पताल, बड़े अस्पताल में इलाज करा सकते हैं, उनको सहना पड़ेगा। सरकार तो सहेगी नहीं, अमीर तो सहेगा नहीं, सहना उस गरीब को पड़ेगा, जिसको शायद आज की तारीख में पता भी नहीं है कि वो किस जंजाल में फंसा है। ये बात समझ आनी चाहिए। ये बहुत लंबा सफ़र है, और इस सफ़र में कितने लोग गिरेंगे, कितने मरेंगे, कितने बचेंगे, करोड़ों तो जाने वाले हैं, ये तो पक्की बात है। जाने नहीं वाले तो फंसेंगे तो ज़रूर, ये पक्की बात है। खैर, अभी हम चलेंगे आगे, और वापस उसी शीट पर जो चिल्ला चिल्ला के कह रही है, हम आगे क्यों नहीं बढ़ते? Why have we stopped at one point? Why don't we move forward? This is what it is saying. 115 करोड़ लोग आज भी 115 करोड़ लोग आज भी नहीं जानते कि वो किस मुसीबत में फंसे हुए हैं। More than 115 crore people do not know their prospects of future. 1126, yesterday it was 24, today it has gone up. It's because of fall in data testing, COVID testing. There's a complete fall, and I think, to be very frank, seriousness does not exist at all. Actually, I can say this with confidence, with full confidence. The government of India is not at all serious about people. They take it too leniently, and you can too easily, or you can say they do not value life of people. That's also true. And this data is clearly announcing itself that 1126 days are required now. But that is only imagination, you can say. It's a part of my skepticism or hypothetical thinking. I'm just giving you because I have no clue, I have no confirmation that there's some scheme or plan for testing, because data is not giving anything as such. This means testing is only imagination, and people shall remain untested, non-tested, you can say. That's very true. And it says that This is what it says. If you take whole population, and this one will find, infection data assessed in crores, 36.707741. This is assessment of current inspection data. This is also very, very critical in infection data assessed in crores. You can say this is here. This is also very important point that we should understand. This one because this is according to whatever research, whatever analysis has been done. This is eye-opener here, assessment, logical assessment done based on information provided by government ministry. This is expected time, which is imaginary, but this is not imaginary. This is logically based. We have this much. Who can afford this? Point is that this comes from here. That is total number of population, and this is according to whole population. This is according to what we say. We can say this is where we have our target is that 36 crore people are going to be infected, and only problem is that basic point that lies in, that is on usually I talk about solutions, but my I can only talk. I have no power to solve it. Power lies with people of this country, you people, collective body of people, collective body of citizenship of this country. Power lies with them, and executive power lies with government of this country. That executive power doesn't seem to be working. Unfortunately, there is no determination and there is no commitment. कोई किसी का जिम्मेदारी नहीं रह गई है इसको संभालने की। और ये कर्व आप देख ही रहे हैं, ये ग्राफ जो रोज रोज चिल्ला के कहता है कि मेरी तरफ भी तो ध्यान कीजिए, मैं गिर रहा हूँ और गिर जा रहा हूँ, मुझे कोई संभालने वाला नहीं है, मेरे कोई हालत देखने वाला नहीं है, मेरी कोई लाइन नहीं है, बस कहीं गड्ढा है, कहीं खाई है और कहीं चट्टान है, इसके ऊपर मुझे चढ़ना भी पड़ता है, उतरना भी पड़ता है। ये कह रहा है चिल्ला के। और साथ में नेशन हैज़ टू स्टॉप allowing corona to make corona bomb to explode through corona nuclear fission। इस स्थिति को हमको रोकना है, लेकिन मुझे नहीं लगता कि रुकेगी। Explosion must be avoided, says explosion by adding additional resources. This information I think government is not interested in. Data is fabricated and inconsistent, and government is not least bothered about multiplication of resources. They may have resources, nobody can say I can't guarantee or don't guarantee. It's true that I'm just trying to measure what's level of performance on COVID-19 according to this data, and I think you should also do that. Again, I say my target is that 3 months maximum I can allow, or we should allow government to conduct all tests, but it doesn't work. It's not working at all. This is confirmed by this figure, which is a drop in 21% if you compare, if not 21%, 21 points percentage-wise, it's different. I made a mistake. It's if you say 75.75 was, and this is, you can say this is daily tests over total tests. So this is that one. So you can see there's a difference in one. Here you can say percentage drop. I can say here, let's just for this. I can say this is just for information. I'm saying this minus this equal to this, and then this. Let us say this one is equal to this, and here I say there's a difference divided by of course this into 100. We'll find percent is 37%. You see, this is 37%. Unfortunately, the points to one, but it's 37%. Really, it's an extraordinary drop. 37% in one day. What they are doing, I don't know. 37% टेस्टिंग ग्राफ गिरा तारीख 7, तारीख 5 और 6 में, और इसको कंपेयर करें अगर पिछले वाले से और से, जो आपका ये 11,57763 है, इससे अगर कंपेयर करें तो 81 I81 हम I81 कर देते हैं, I81, और फिर देखते हैं 45% ड्रॉप from today. I mean yesterday and before yesterday it was 37%. From yesterday and before yesterday it was 45%. And if you take it to other one 80, if you take it to 80, 80, yes, if I take 80 here, it's 46%. So 37%, 45%, 37% between this and this. Between this and this 45%, and between this and this is 46%. So what's happening? I don't know. I don't know why it's happening. This is a question mark. So much drop. Why? You may say people are not interested. That I cannot believe. You may say patients are not teaching hospitals or centers that test is done. I don't believe that too. What your after all health workers are doing, what your volunteers are doing, are they certainly engaged or they are not engaged? Point is that. Well, I mean, you understand very well what I'm saying. मैं जानता हूँ आप समझ रहे हैं मैं क्या बोल रहा हूँ, और मुझे बाकी फिगर से इतना वो नहीं है क्योंकि बाकी फिगर तो आएंगी, लेकिन ये जो कॉलम है बड़ा क्रिटिकल कॉलम है, ये कॉलम और ये कॉलम बहुत क्रिटिकल कॉलम है, क्योंकि अभी भी आज जबकि 11.368% लोग टेस्ट करा चुके हैं, जो बड़े हैं, जो पैसे वाले हैं, जो एफ्लुएंट हो सकते हैं, अपर मिडिल क्लास के भी हो सकते हैं और उससे ऊपर भी हो सकते हैं, और वो जो दूसरे लेवल के हैं, डाउन ट्रोडन जिसको कह सकते हैं, इंडस्ट्रियल वर्कर भी हो सकते हैं, इसमें फार्मर्स भी हो सकते हैं, और इसमें छोटे रेडी वाले, छोटे लोग, झुग्गी झोपड़ी वाले, स्लम वाले, वो लोग हो सकते हैं। 88 या 89, 88.632, बहुत बड़ा नंबर, बहुत बड़ा प्रतिशत। और इसे आप कह सकते हैं कि अगर इतने लोग अभी तक नहीं टेस्ट हुए किसी भी वजह से, अनजान दुनिया में रहने की वजह से, या ऊंचा अपने आप को विश्वास रखने की हमारा को भी क्या बिगाड़ेगा, या सरकार कहती है मरने दो इनको, मास है मरने दो, कौन इनके चक्कर में पड़े। कारण कुछ भी रहे, मुझे कारण नहीं तलाशना है, मुझे ये देखना है कि अभी भी इतने लोग बाकी हैं। अगर रेशो में ले लें तो 1 और 8, 1 को हमने पकड़ा, 8 को हमने नहीं पकड़ा, ये कह रहा है ये डाटा। 1 और 8 की रेशो, 1 के लिए हमने कहा कि 1 तो ठीक है, हमने अपने खाते में ले लिया, 1 का हिसाब किताब हमने दे दिया जो आपके सामने, 8 का हिसाब आप देना नहीं चाहते, और दुख की बात है कि भारत की जनता पूछना नहीं चाहती। बस यही फ़र्क है जनता में और देश में। जनता पूछना नहीं चाहती, सरकार बताना नहीं चाहती, और अंधेरे में रह गए 8 लोग। 1 आदमी रास्ते पे है, 8 आदमी कूड़े में फेंक दिए गए, ये कहा जा सकता है। और रेशियो में ये 115 करोड़ निकलता है, जो यहाँ लिखा है 115 करोड़ से ऊपर हम देश के लोग जो अपने आप को कूड़े में डाले हैं, और कोविड-19 की चिंता हमें नहीं है। We are least concerned about 115 crore people are least concerned about COVID impact, because we think no problem at all. We are very strong, we are very rigid, we are resistant, we have immunity. We can think whatever we say. But in fact, this is very dangerous cooking of data and very cooking of people. And one day it bursts like anything. It can. It shall burst like anything, and we shall be in no position to hold it. In no position to hold it. Cannot say how it works, which way it goes, which direction moves, because there is no set program, there is no set direction. by anyone. So my dear friends, my dear citizens of this country, you are living in certain, can say scenario where you have to face this danger. This game has started, this play has started only, it's not gone. But we falsely claim we have done well, we have performed well. This government falsely claims, every day they claim. They just count about discharges, they count about, only limited deaths. They don't give facts, unfortunately. Unfortunately, this is really. Okay. Very, very unfortunate. They are worried about this. Just think of why they are giving this data. We have to analyze that also. Why after all they are giving? That status is fine. If we know states, then total cases is fine. They are telling us total cases. They are not telling the total population. Why only so many cases? Active cases they are telling, and discharges they are telling, and they are clapping themselves. Deaths they are telling, active ratio they are telling, discharge ratio they are telling, death ratio they are saying. But they are not showing other projections. There should be actions which they are not giving. Then they are showing, they are showing schedule. They should show targets, milestones. Target or milestones. That's they are not showing. Milestones they are not showing. You can say, I should just say like this, milestones and schedule controls. Control schedules, you can say control schedules. This is not showing anything. Nothing is shown here, unfortunately. What about this? Question is that. Who gives this? Why not this? It must be there. Whole population is not included. Who shall give this report? My question to everyone is, are we not state people? Are we not Indian people? Are we not citizens of this country? We are. Why we have been ignored? So who is responsible for this? My question is that. This is a very big point. For these I am talking every day. I'm not interested in all this data. We know this data is available. What we do with this data? Question is, should we eat this data? What should we do? To whom you are telling all this? To whom you are telling all this? This is saying something. This is saying something. Listen to this, read this, understand this. And if you don't understand, who shall understand? This data is given by people, by those who are working in this field. This data is collected and projected, but nobody studies this, unfortunately. Nobody studies this data in government. No news analyze this data, unfortunately. Why no news analyzes this data? That's the point here. So my dear fellow Indians, my dear भारतवासीज, मैं कोई यहाँ इसलिए नहीं बैठा कि रोज एक ही बात करूं, मुझे आवश्यकता नहीं एक बात करने की, पर ये डाटा का जो ये टेबल है साफ साफ चिल्ला चिल्ला के कह रहा है, ये कह रहा है कि रिसोर्सेज की जरूरत है, रिसोर्सेज को लाइए, बड़ा करिए। जितने रिसोर्स हैं बहुत कम हैं, या आपने लगाए नहीं है, या वो काम नहीं कर रहे, कहीं तो प्रॉब्लम है, या तो आपने लगाए नहीं या वो काम नहीं कर रहे। क्यों नहीं बढ़ रहे टेस्ट, घट क्यों रहे हैं? 45% तक घटे 3 दिन में, 47% तक। कौन जिम्मेदार है इसके लिए? आप टेस्ट भी घटा रहे हैं, हम बात बढ़ाने की कर रहे हैं, आप घटा रहे हैं। आप कह देंगे कि लोग आ नहीं रहे तो हम क्या करें? यस, आप कह सकते हैं, आप सरकार हैं, आप जिम्मेदार इंस्टीट्यूशंस हैं। If people are not coming, what we can do? Yes, you are right, you can say what you can do. You cannot do anything. There is no responsibility for you. You forget health is your responsibility in Constitution. Health, safety, environment, it's the responsibility of state, government, central government, and in fact it's the responsibility of whole world. If people are not healthy, they are not safe, who is responsible? Government is responsible. Government elect government. I mean, so people install government for what? For this purpose. Because people are not organized in themselves. There is some organized body, and that's known as government. And that's constitutional one. It's not private. So, again I say, this says 12 times it should be increased. And if you take it 3 months more, it says 6 times it should be increased. If it is increased 6 times, you must test this figure, 63,13,492. It says that 63,13,492 per day, or it should be 12,62,000. I'm sorry, 1 crore 26 lakhs 26,985 per day. But you are doing only 8 lakhs. Only 8 lakhs. 8 lakhs to 11 lakhs per day, which is 1/10 or 1/12 or 13th of this requirement. That's what is important here. Every time, every day, only requirement is raised is that increase resources, augment resources, but no, it is not answerable. It is not actionable. It's, if you speak to them, they drop it. Beautiful picture. यदि आप बोलेंगे उनको तो और उल्टा करेंगे और कहेंगे देखिए हम बहुत अच्छा कर रहे हैं। कि शायद ये गवर्नमेंट के सेट प्रिंसिपल्स हैं, काम पे ध्यान नहीं देना है, कुछ समझना नहीं है, फिर कहना हम बहुत अच्छा कर रहे हैं, दुनिया में अच्छा कर रहे हैं। डाटा के सामने कोई चैलेंज नहीं कर सकता है, मैं भी जानता हूं, मैं भी नहीं कर सकता। जो डाटा है वो आपके सामने है। अब आपको क्या करना है मैं तो समझा ही सकता हूं। देयर इज नो अदर कैपेसिटी आई हैव, आई कैन ओनली एक्सप्लेन, आई कैन एनालाइज। एंड इफ यू पीपल are not serious, because I am also finding people are not very serious or forget very serious. They are not serious at all. People are no more serious. They were serious in beginning time of COVID, March, April. Up to May, I think they had been serious, but now, no, they are not. They are not serious, and that is very it's a problematic if people are not serious, really problematic. Because if people are not serious, government shall never be serious. Because government is not full of Intellectuals, they are full of politicians only. And politicians are not expected to be intelligent and serious and experts. They are not ordinary people, very ordinary people. But there should be one thing to thank in government. I don't know whether or not that tank exists. If that tank does not exist, nobody can help it. खैर, मेरा पर्पस फिर मैं कह रहा हूं, मुझे कोई किसी से मतलब नहीं है, बुराई करूं अच्छाई करूं, आपका डाटा खुद ही बोल रहा है कौन अच्छा है कौन खराब है, मुझे क्या जरूरत है कहने की। डाटा खुद बोल रहा है कौन काम कर रहा है कौन नहीं कर रहा है। करोड़ों एम्प्लॉइज हैं गवर्नमेंट के, करोड़ों, 4-5 करोड़ से कम नहीं है। 4-5 करोड़ एम्प्लॉइज को सबको भी लगा दिया जाए तो 10 दिन में टेस्ट हो सकते हैं लाखों करोड़ों। 4 करोड़ में से अगर आप 1 करोड़ भी लगा दें और एक आदमी इन्वॉल्व हो 10-15 का भी टेस्ट करने के लिए, तो आप जानते हैं 10 करोड़ टेस्ट हो सकते हैं एक दिन में। लेकिन भाई कौन करेगा, क्यों करें, हमें क्या जरूरत पड़ी है। हम तो अंदर बैठेंगे ऑफिस में, गर्मी होगी तो एयर कंडीशन में बैठेंगे, सर्दी होगी तो ब्लोवर में बैठेंगे, हीटर में बैठेंगे, गरम गरम चाय कॉफी पिएंगे, वो तो पीनी चाहिए, गर्मी है सर्दी है जो भी ठंडा है गरम पीना आपको, और मोबाइल पे बातें करेंगे, इधर की उधर करेंगे, फाइलों पे ऑब्जेक्शन लगाएंगे, लेकिन कोविड की परवाह नहीं करेंगे। कोविड की परवाह हम नहीं करेंगे। जिसको करनी है करे, जिसको एनालिसिस करना है करे, हमें क्या लेना देना है, हमें कोई मतलब नहीं एनालिसिस से। हमारा काम स्पीच देना है, हम दे देंगे। हमारा काम स्पीच देना है, और कोविड का काम इन्फेक्शन करना है, करता रहे इन्फेक्शन, हम ताली बजवा देंगे। हाँ भाई आप सब कुछ कर देंगे और कहेंगे मैं टॉन्ट कस रहा हूँ, टॉन्ट नहीं कस रहा हूँ, सच्चाई बयान कर रहा हूँ। मेरे टॉन्ट कसने से क्या फर्क पड़ने वाला है, मुझे गालियाँ ही मिलने वाली है, मैं जानता हूँ, मिलती रहें। देश के हित में, जनता के हित में गाली खाना भी मुझे मंजूर है, लेकिन जो हो रहा है वो दिखता है मुझे और मुझे दुख होता है। पता नहीं, मैंने सोचा था कि मैं आज ये वीडियो नहीं बनाऊंगा, एनालिसिस करने का 1 हफ्ते के बाद बनाऊंगा, लेकिन फिर जब देखा आज मैंने डाटा की 45-47% तक 2-3 दिन में टेस्ट रेट कम हो गया है, तो मुझसे रहा नहीं गया। मैंने सोचा फिर शेयर किया ये बात लोगों से, क्योंकि यहाँ नेगेटिव चल रहा है सब कुछ, काम ही नहीं हो रहा है, कोई सोच नहीं रहा काम करने के लिए, ऐसा लगता है। On an overall basis, I thought I would not continue any video today, and I'll give you another video only after 4-5 days when I get more data. But when I today discovered that there's a lapse of up to 45% testing strength in last 3-4 days, my mind said, no, you have to share it with people because this is a very serious issue. I don't know how far you take this as serious issue, but issue is very serious, very, very serious. This issue relates to health. Again, I am saying health is wealth. And without health, you cannot stay, you cannot do anything. And that's the only reason that I am serious about this. I am an engineer, civil engineer by profession. It's not my problem, but because being an engineer, I deal with people, workers and all that. It's our responsibility of every engineer to take care of health and safety of workers and also working environment that exists, environment in which you work. So this is a part of health and safety of whole population, and not only this country but also it involves all other countries, and the countries are taking their care. But we are not taking their care. In the last 8-9 months we have done nothing. In fact, we have done very, very little. The data itself says that 12-11% tests have been done so far. This means either we are not interested or we are just waiting people to come to centers for testing themselves, and they spend money calling laboratories at home and test and pay money. money up to, you can say, 2,500 or 1,200, whatever depends on in metropolitan cities or international cities as well as in urban areas. This is only means these laboratories are making money, and those private hospitals, we attach to them indirectly and unofficially. What happens, if you call some laboratory for testing, they will test and declare you positive, and this information goes to government. Of course, it should go to government for record purpose, but it also goes to their friend hospitals. These laboratories send this report to friend hospital telephone number of yours, and then you get messages from that hospital. We are having here so many rooms with ventilators, with this and that. Come on, we'll treat you. This is what integration of business, you can say mafia, you can say hospital mafia is there. You have to pay many lakhs for this treatment. Only then you can come out safe. Otherwise, you may lose your life even after paying money. There is no security, no guarantee that you will remain safe, you're healthy. This means for poor, those who cannot even pay 1,200 for tests, for example, in this suburban area where I am staying, testing charges are 1,200 rupees. Whether you report positive or negative doesn't matter. Once you are negative, they tell you are negative, and they don't come, they don't return. They just put online and they give number, go and check your status, and you will find that report. Then you isolate yourself or do whatever you want. That's your responsibility, and responsibility. You must have a room for that. And if you have room, fine, you are lucky. You need one attendant also who will serve you as far as COVID is concerned, because everybody cannot reach you, cannot stay with you in isolation. And if you are so alert, you can take yourself oxygen level and temperature, and also you can say blood pressure, and you can understand medicines according to protocol, and you can manage yourself, organize your own individuality. It's okay, fine, you can do, but everybody is not to that capability. So if you want service of an attendant in city, you have to pay 3,000 plus remuneration, 3,000 remuneration per day, plus food, plus accommodation, etc. to that attendant, medical attendant, maybe nurse or maybe whatever. And in suburban area, you have to pay 1,500 per day. Now you tell me which poor can afford this? Which person who is earning just 300 rupees per day or 400 rupees per day or 15,000 a month or 20,000 a month, do you think that person is capable? That person has rich potential to afford that attendant and that medicines? It's not possible. You need very good food, very good diet during those 17 days of isolation. That costs money. So you have to spend money for medicine, you have to spend money for good liquid drinking, you have to spend money for good food, you have to spend money for your equipments to buy for purpose of blood pressure, examine blood pressure and your oxygen level, and you can say temperature. Okay, your attendant would do that, but you have to pay for these equipment because everybody cannot touch them because you are a COVID patient, and you have to buy PPEs for that person. You have to give food to that person will stay somewhere there near you. You have to spend money on that, and you have to pay 3,000 or 1,500 to that person. Can every common man in this country do it? Point is that it's not possible. Everybody cannot do it. And particularly this 88.632, as I said, against 11.638 tested, 90% people belong to that category, non-affordable category. So we have to think many times about what we are talking. Getting angry, why this person is giving this report, everything is fine, it's moving on well. No, it's not moving on well. It's breaking well, it's falling well, it's stumbling well, I can say. टूट रहा है सब, गिर रहा है सब, अनजान वे में हम जानते नहीं, टेलीविजन बताता नहीं, शायद वो भी नहीं जानते या बताना नहीं चाहते, बहुत सारी चैनल है, कोई इसके बारे में कोई बात नहीं कर रहा, अखबार में देखता हूँ इंडियन एक्सप्रेस कोई बात नहीं कर रहा, टाइम्स ऑफ इंडिया कोई बात, हाँ जी इतने केस हो गया, इतना ही न्यूज होता है क्या? आपका काम सिर्फ इतना है बताना कि इतने हो गई आज, उसके बारे में जड़ नहीं बताएंगे आप, क्या प्रॉब्लम है ये नहीं बताएंगे आप, फिर किस बात का आपका इन्वेस्टिगेशन है, किस बात की आपकी स्टडी है, अगर आप ये नहीं बता सकते कि इसका समाधान क्या है। अगर आप प्रॉब्लम बता रहे हैं, रिसर्च दे रहे हैं, न्यूज़ दे रहे हैं, तो उसका समाधान भी समझना चाहिए ना कि कहाँ से आ गया ये। अगर मैं बात कर रहा हूं कि 88% लोगों का टेस्ट नहीं हुआ, तो ये बहुत बड़ी बात है। ये कोई बात क्यों नहीं कर रहा? अगर टेस्ट कल 8 लाख हुए, परसों 11 लाख हुए, तो 8 लाख क्यों हुए? 3 लाख कहाँ गए? वो 47% गिरावट क्यों आई केस में 3 दिन के अंदर अंदर? टेस्टिंग क्वांटिटी जो बढ़नी चाहिए थी 50% से ऊपर, वो 47%, 46% गिर कैसे गई? और वो भी 3 दिन के अंदर अंदर। क्यों? आप कह सकते हैं कि सैटरडे आ गया था, संडे आ गया था, ये हो गया था, वो हो गया था। ये बेकार की बात है। जब आदमी बीमार होता है वो सैटरडे संडे देखता है? हद हो गई है भाई। हम डाटा जानते हैं क्या होता है, समझते हैं, और डाटा देने वाला डाटा देता है। लेकिन डाटा का फर्दर सब डाटा निकाला जाता है, एनालिसिस करके समझा जाता है कि हम कहाँ खड़े हैं, क्यों खड़े हैं, कैसे खड़े हैं। और उसी समझने की बात के लिए हम आपसे बात कर रहे हैं। ठीक है, मैं नहीं जानता कितने लोग इस वीडियो को देखेंगे, नहीं देखेंगे, मेरे कंट्रोल से बाहर की बात है। यहाँ तो गानों वाले वीडियो चाहिए, डांस वाले वीडियो चाहिए, शोर बचाने वाले वीडियो चाहिए। जिस वीडियो में बुद्धि लगती हो वो नहीं चाहिए। हम सोच समझ के एनालिसिस कर रहे हैं, ऐसे नहीं कर रहे हैं। एनालिसिस अपने आप नहीं हो जाता है। It takes time, it takes your understanding, it consumes every type of energy from you. You have to think about data you're calculating and tell people where is the problem, what's the problem, how this could happen, how this could have been avoided. And now I am forecasting risk that is involved in this. That risk factor, that risk which is standing today, we have to prevent that risk, but no, we are not interested in that. We have no interest in that because we least bother about this. We leave people to themselves and then say, okay, fine, it has happened. Really, it's unfortunate. Well, I will not pull long this video because already it's more than 50 minutes. And if you think that data is worth, this analysis is worth, I would like that this is really very surprising that there are about 36 crore expectations of infection today, which could go to 60 even later. So this is very important control. Check here. 1126 must go down, this 36 must go down, and this resources must go up. That's where our solution lies in. So my dear friends, my purpose is not to scare you. My purpose is that I want to see this figure, which is 14.77 crores, must be at least 60.77 crore. So we can say at least 50% people haven't tested. But this is not far away from that. 50% far away from that. 11 is there. I want to say 50 or 60. So it's far away from there. I want to say we should have seen only 12% people are not untested, but it is 88% people. This is really very gruesome. Well, you say every day he talks same. No, I'm not talking same. I'm trying to give solutions from my experience, from my expertise. I'm trying to give solutions. How can we help understand data and how can we use this data? That's very important point. If we can use this data to our good, it shall be national good. It shall be world good. Because whole world has been suffering from this. Not ourselves. But we are not caring to an extent we should have cared. It's same thing has happened in Europe that care homes did not work well. You know that? In Germany, in France, somewhere else. Old care homes did not work well. People did not care about them, how they used to work, operate. But now it's coming out that they were worst affected in this COVID situation. Now they know, at that time there was no risk control. Nobody anticipated that there was risk involved. Nobody studied that, but despite being European intellectuals, they did not even think of care homes, but it did not comply with requirements. Same thing we are doing. Today we know something is going to happen, But we are least bothered about that. We are not taking into our consideration that risk which we have to avoid now if we want to help our people, help our society. No, it's not happened. It's not happened, it's not happening, and I am sure it shall not happen because our government is not very serious. Our people are not very serious. Our intellectuals are not very serious. And when all are not serious, and those people who are going to be affected, they are enjoying life in free air. They think corona is nothing. It's just a delusion, and they can live without it. With it, no problem. They are doing everything they should not do because ill information with them. Because of ill information with them. Information is not perfect. That's where we say we have to be worried, we have to be serious, we have to understand facts, not live in doldrum, not live in sweet dreams. Oh, everything will happen. This is not going to work. I say problem has not begun yet. Data telling that 11 against 88. That's what my criteria, control criteria, and 1126 and also 36. Again, I stress 11 versus 88 or 1 versus 8. 1 is fine, 8 is not fine. You cannot define that it's fine. If somebody, how do you do? I would say, okay, fine, thank you. But here I cannot say thank you, okay, fine. It cannot say. Because 1 is fine, 8 not fine. So no one can say everything is fine. Majority is saying that I am not fine. 88 says we are not fine. 11 says we have done well. We have been discharged, but 88 have not even been admitted. Forget about discharge. That's where point lies in. Worst hit we are. Worst hit. We can't say what shall happen, but I hope for positive. We can be positive only when tests are done. There is no positive direction in testing organization. I do not know how many people are involved in testing all over this country. Must be in lakhs, of course, because when you say 8 lakhs to 11 lakh tests are done every day, if you divide by 10, suppose one person conducts 10 tests. If you divide by 10 or, I think 5 or 10 at least. So you can say 1 lakh. 1 lakh people only. I'm saying 1 lakh based on 10 factor. 1 lakh are involved only in this country. A country full of 130 crore people and 5 crore employees of government. They have only 1 lakh. Why not 20 lakhs? Why not 1 crore? Is that not a point? After all, why are you running away from tests? Question number 1. Why don't think of people for health? Number 2. Question number 2. Why don't you understand your responsibility? Number 3. And number 4 is for public. Why are you not serious about this? What benefit are you getting by becoming unserious? By crowding on roads, by crowding in celebrations or marriages, by crowding everywhere? Why? You think now keeping distance of 2 meters or 1 meter is not required? You think now masks are not required? You think Googles are not required? You think safety is not required? If you think you are living in skies, you are living in dark clouds, you are living in fire that has to come. And this is such a fire that you cannot escape, and there is no fire tender to extinguish that fire. This is the situation of COVID. Vaccine or no vaccine, I'm not concerned with that. Vaccine is useful only when we know who is positive. And if we don't know who is positive, what's the meaning of vaccine? It's all delusion. It's all misleading nation. And unfortunately, I say, I am concerned, but people are not concerned. Why? I don't know. I am an intellectual, and there are millions intellectuals in this country. Posting on Facebook is one part, but action is also very important. If I am not serious about action, nobody can do anything. If I am serious about my action, things will improve. If minister is serious about his action, data shall improve. If all government is serious, COVID shall run away, or it shall be combat or controlled. That's what my observation is. My observation is like this. Your observation can be different. It's up to you. It's up to your analytical mind. How do you observe? It's up to how do you view data? How can you interpret data? What do you think about construction of that data? And what do you think about how risk can be discovered from this data? If you take out risk and if you try to solve this risk, I think you won't be in danger anytime. And that's where this is revolved. With this I say, my dear friends, it's time to go today. Though I wanted not to talk today, because every day, same talk doesn't mean anything. But I hope I will not talk tomorrow, and I shall talk to you maybe after a couple of days, and more data is accumulated. But let us see what happens till tomorrow, because nobody knows what happens. There may be some change, some no change, I cannot say. And I expect some explanations from ministry regarding this data. What they have worked upon this data, how they think it is. They have to respond to data that I have put questions in on sheet 2. As I said, that what your report should give means about whole population and what actions you are taking, target milestones, what do you have, and control schedule about this COVID. This point must be included by government, and public must demand these points. Otherwise, all this data is only clerical data. There is no meaning in it until we understand, interrelate, and find how this data can help us. This graph is there, everything is there. This must help us rather than just wasting time in data proposals. My dear friends, with this I take your leave and hope that you will try to give value to analysis of data. You may be ordinary person or intellectual, you may be news channel, you may be whosoever passes through this data. Maybe I'm not very big person, a very, very small person, and people don't bother about a small person, so no problem at all, don't bother about me, but bother about data. Data is very important.